Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning, everybody. Well, we're going to continue our coverage of the Invictus Games, also Easter service, and a few more bits and bobs. I'm going to try not to make this another 20-something minute video, but it just seems like so much information is coming out once again. I can't stop myself. So let's jump right in, shall we? Let's go. So to start with, we're going to hop back to that visit that Harry and Meghan made at Windsor Castle. They apparently spent just, like 15 minutes with Charles. And I don't think they were actually in the Queen's presence. She's Zooming everybody. I believe that she Zoomed with them. But this information came up from Lulu LA Flying the Flag. And I thought this was very interesting. So let's just cover it. First, she said that the visit had nothing to do with olive branches and everything to do with money. And of course, the Netflix deal. Because Netflix realizes that their main thing is that they have to keep a connection to the royal family. So their brand is tarnished. And of course, the royal family in the Netherlands totally snubbed them because they didn't show up to the Philip service of Thanksgiving. And they're aware of that. So it's being suggested that because the Queen's health is declining, to help limit the damage and in an attempt to rehabilitate their brand, which is what I told you they were trying to do, they should stop and see the Queen to kind of patch things up. It's been suggested that had the Netherlands royals not snubbed them, there would have been no visit to Windsor. But they're realizing that things are going badly and they're trying to fix it. Now, Lady C said that they were summoned to discuss titles. So that could be it too. But anyway, this reportedly was done to try to untarnish their image. It's not going to work. All right, moving on. The Invictus Games had their opening ceremony. This is what the stadium looked like. Very pretty. Now, let me just say, I may not be putting everything in the exact order that it happened. So just bear with me. Here is the Dutch Prime Minister greeting the Dutch athletes as they arrived. And the Prime Minister also spoke during the opening ceremony. I think that was very nice of him to do that. He didn't have to, but good for him. All right. And Harry gave medals to the winners of the Land Rover driving thing that they had been to. Now, at some point, I don't know when this occurred, but Meghan and Harry were announced onto the stage and they walked in and took their seats. Here's a small clip to show you how it was done. This is when things get interesting because apparently the guy who introduced Meghan to the stage said something along the lines of Invictus was her idea, and everybody went, "What?" Now, I haven't been able to find that clip to confirm that, but that's what several people online are saying. Reminds me of when she was dating that chef and they had this party and she told everybody that she created the dish when she didn't. That was pretty much the end of their relationship. But I digress. So here's the fame that Meghan was looking for. She gets up and talks for over 2 minutes. Now, she has nothing to do with the Invictus Games. She's only Harry's wife, but Harry's going to propel her forward. Watch this. Now, while she's giving her 2-minute speech about Invictus Games, notice where her eyes keep going up to. That's the teleprompter that's telling her what to say to the crowd. You see how she keeps looking up and a little bit to the left? Because, yeah, that's where the prompter is. So here's the first thing I've noted. She's wearing a bodysuit that costs $760. The shoes she's wearing are 695 pounds or over $900, $907 to be exact. But what really caught my attention was her necklace. Yes, her necklace was over $30,000, people. Oh my goodness. Somebody please explain to me, when you're standing up in front of veterans and people that are probably on a fixed income, how you think that it's okay to wear something that expensive. Like, are you kidding? Oh my God, you guys, we know she likes to dress like Diana. It's creepy the way she does that, but yeah, she did it again. And since he sees her as like the Oedipus complex, the mommy thing, I mean, oh my God. Yes, she copied another outfit of Diana's. Like, you just can't make this stuff up. So Meghan's talking and she wraps up her speech and she talks about Harry and she makes sure to mention the fact that he's had 2 tours in Afghanistan and what a fabulous father he is, and she's just totally building him up. And instead of just saying Harry, my husband, she calls him the Duke of Sussex. Who introduces their husband as the Duke? It must be exhausting to have to try to prove to everybody that you're so in love all the time. This, in my opinion, was one of the most unprofessional things I've ever seen. You're there for the Invictus Games. People don't care if you're kissing. So Harry gets up there and he starts talking, and of course he referenced the kids. Oh, Archie wants to be an astronaut. He wants to do this. Frankly, I'm surprised he's not in Harvard already, the way that his first words were Grammy Diana and alligator or whatever it was. I mean, really. Now, as Harry is talking, again, look at the way he's looking up at the teleprompter, and he also stumbles over his words, so I'm beginning to wonder if he was even having trouble seeing it. But I digress. He used his bud words, like I told you the other day. Are you ready? Are you excited? Yes, he said that on stage. Same buzzwords. Now, just to show you how this is all really, really for Netflix, according to Omid Scobie, and Harry did say this on the stage, that when he's talking to Archie about what he wants to be when he grows up, he wants to be an astronaut, he wants to be a pilot, whatever it is, it's your character that matters the most. Right. You're talking to a 2-year-old telling him about his character. I think Harry needs to work on his character before he tries to direct his son. I feel so sorry for those kids. I really do. And finally, here's a picture of them as they're leaving the ceremony, all smiles because they got through it. So let me give you now my opinion of what's going on. First of all, this is not about the Invictus Games. This has become the Harry and Meghan show. I haven't heard one word about the athletes or what they've been through or the competition. Everything is about Harry and Meghan. I think that's shameful. Second of all, she's still doing that creepy thing where she can spot the camera, and also the hands are back. Look, she's got a 2-handed grip on Harry's hand and making sure that you can see the ring that she's wearing. So even though there's a rumor out that Netflix told her not to merch, she's merching. Third, this is Princess Marguerite fist bumping some of the participants. And so it's very obvious that Harry and Meghan did not come up and even meet the royals from the Netherlands, because if they did, there would be a photo op of it. So the royals were unimpressed by their stop into Windsor to see the Queen. They have not changed their stance. They will not be having anything to do with those two. I don't blame them. Next up, do you guys remember how everybody was talking about Charles' fingers being swollen? This has been going on since 2010, if not earlier. Well, take a look at this photo. Looks to me like Harry has inherited whatever's going on with his dad, because his hands look discolored and swollen. Next up, it looks like Meghan took it easy on the self-tanner this time. Next up, let's talk about this woman carrying the baby in the coat. Let's just assume for 1 minute. I'm having trouble believing that a mother would be so, I don't want to say stupid, but wouldn't know to dress her baby warmly if you're going to be walking out in cold weather and you live there and you know what the weather's like, that Meghan had to hand over her $4,000 coat. I think it was staged to compete with what Charles did. Because on April 1st, Charles and Camilla were at an event and a woman complained that she was cold. Watch this. All right, if there's any photo that really sums up the whole thing for me, it's this one. This is the most disingenuous thing I've ever seen. Harry's on his knees, he's talking to kids, and there's the Netflix cameras. Everything is for profit, everything is for money. This just saddens me to see what he's been reduced to. Like, seriously, what a shame. I also noticed this that was put up by Royal Instablog on Twitter. pointing out that this is the 5th Invictus Games and there are no Caribbean or African countries that are represented. And they asked why the Black community is left out and what happened to diversity. Excellent question. I guess somebody should ask Harry that one. All right. And FYI, just for those who want to see what Harry's hairline really looks like without all the photoshopping that they constantly do, here you go. And that leads us to this article that came out asking, how long can the Invictus Games survive with this kind of stuff going on? Now, the reason that's being said is that in order to keep this going, you need a lot of money and you need a lot of goodwill from governments. And people don't like him and they don't like his wife. So that literally could doom the Invictus Games. It could lose its momentum, right? It's a shame, but it is what it is. They need a different sponsor. Now, in the middle of all this, everybody is really concerned that they asked in the meeting to come back for the Platinum Jubilee when it's celebrated, that they want to be with the family, they want to be on the balcony, they want to be seen. And so, of course, what did I tell you guys about the UK papers? They love their polls. So there's a poll going on. Should they be allowed to come back? I don't think so, but you know. The family is concerned, and rightfully so, that it will turn into the Harry and Meghan circus show instead of being what it's supposed to be about, which is Queen Elizabeth. I know that most Britons, I'm assuming, I think it's true, most Britons don't want them there. I think they're going to have to bow to public opinion. I think if they let them join, I think it's going to be ugly. All right, let's move on to our second topic for today. So it's Easter Sunday, and the Queen was unable to go to church, so William and Kate led the royals to the Easter service. Catherine wore a baby blue Amelia Wickstead dress with the coat, and come to find out that it is a redo. She actually wore it for the first time in 2017. Love it. Sophie was there with her family. Everybody's talking about Lady Louise. She really is growing up to be a gorgeous woman. Love it. And of course, Charlotte stole the show. She's holding William's hand, but what I really love is the blue tights. She matches her mother's colors. I think that's very sweet. Also, there was Eugenie on the left with Peter Phillips with his 2 daughters, and Mike and Zara Tyndall with their oldest child, leaving the younger ones at home since apparently they're not old enough yet to sit still in church. Here's some video of everybody showing up for church. Now, I have to be fair, everybody. I have been receiving emails from people saying, really, you're showing how much Meghan's stuff costs, but you're not showing how much Catherine's stuff costs. So I decided to be fair about it and price out her outfit that she's wearing today for the church service. And just show you guys the difference. Okay, here we go. So just for the opening night ceremony of the Invictus Games, just the opening night, not for the day, just for the opening night, she wore in clothes and jewelry, not counting watches and wedding ring, $32,467 in clothing. Now let's take a look at Catherine. I believe the purse is new. I've never seen her wearing that purse before. That's $370. I believe the shoes are also new, $415. The headband, we have pictures of her wearing it back in 2019. So the headband was about $700 2 years ago, and the dress was $1,000 4 years ago. So yeah, no comparison there. Okay, I'm going to finish this video up with just a little bit of information. Apparently YouTube has changed the way you can pull our channels up. So all the positive channels, all the fluff pieces, all the PR stuff will show up and you'll have trouble finding us. However, there is a filter on YouTube that you can use to combat that. So you click on the filter link in the left-hand corner to search for channels. But if you don't do that, if you look on the right, you'll see how to sort your searches. So no, we're not going away. Now, with that being said, you guys know that I literally put up a video every single day. So simply check every day and you'll see my video. Couldn't be any simpler. So as usual, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and make sure you're still subscribed if you've already done that. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Getter, you can follow me on Rumble, you can email me. To those who have donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.